What's up, world? Let me tell you about this beard growth oil I got from 12 tribes on Earth. 8 ounces of oily goodness with a nozzle that prevents sprays and spills, and soft ingredients that make it perfect addition to anyone's morning routine. From coconut to castor, all these oils are hand chosen. After using this herbal blend, the biggest thing I noticed is how soft, how strong my hair was, and how good I feel. Pick up your bottle today and make your beard the star of the show.
Shalom, family. Good to see you all here. Hope you're doing well. Many of you might remember about a week ago, the Supreme Court, and really at the direction of Donald Trump, got rid of TPS. And it seemed like ever since then, we have been the ones getting attacked. We don't have no control over any rulings that come out of the Supreme Court, and we certainly don't have any control over Donald Trump. So these people just keep coming and coming and coming, and I don't know why, but I understand if you really don't want to go home, because I did do a live on how many Haitians are now making their exit to Canada to avoid ICE showing up. They're running to Canada because they don't want to be deported. Some of them have already been deported. I've seen those videos out there too. There's a few that have posted videos saying, well, I've been deported, So it's definitely happening. And so it's going to be 300,000 of them being deported. And we know also the Syrians are being deported, but the Syrians really haven't bothered us or insulted us, really. But all these other groups, oh man, no. So anyway, but you know what? We're not the only ones deporting Haitian. The Haitians are being deported from Jamaica, Puerto Rico. I mean, it seems like everywhere they're like the pariah of the Caribbean, because the Dominican Republic deported them. I mean, they get deported virtually everywhere they go. And when Jamaica found out that Haitians were being deported, they were saying, don't send them here. We don't want them. Don't send them here. I'm like, damn, really? It's almost like the Nigerians. You know how all the African nations come forward? Oh, no, don't send them Nigerians over here. I guess certain groups are just like that. They are just like that. So let me go ahead and share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. But yeah, I think the reason why the Jamaicans were speaking out is because I think some of them are going to be flown from the United States to Jamaica. And that's why the Jamaicans are hooping and hollering, saying, no, we don't send them Haitians here. We don't want them. Thank you, y'all.
Not too long ago, I made a video describing my experience as a Haitian American male growing up in this country and how it wasn't like it is today where the culture is embraced and loved. You are actually ridiculed for it, especially by other African Americans.
Here we go with the
Mind you, I want to state that it wasn't all of them, but it did happen, and a lot of Haitian millennials can relate to this experience. I got a rebuttal video from somebody within the African American community.
Y'all, I mean, be real. In my comment section, 1 for yes, 2 for no. When you were coming up, did you come across a lot of Haitians? I didn't. I didn't. In fact, I did not meet my first Haitian, y'all, until I was an adult. I never came across a Haitian. So I don't know how. I mean, it was never really that many in the country. Two. Yeah, for me, it's a two. I don't, so when they keep saying, oh, I was cheese, I was this, and I was that, we really don't come across y'all like that. In the town that I lived in, there was one woman, well, one teen that I went to school. She was from the Caribbean, but grew up in New York, and you could hear she had a heavy New York accent. And I believe she was from Bermuda, and she was the only one in my whole school that was from the islands. We didn't have anybody else in the school from the islands at all. So I don't know what they're talking about. They're getting all this teasing because most of the people I talked to said they never was even around them. So I don't know. All right, let's go on.
World's smallest violin, disregarding my experiences. Fine, all well and good, right? But what I find very, very interesting is this TPS situation has really proved my point and has proved me right in regards to people within the foundational Black Americans community, their approach towards Haitians and how they are celebrating them being deported to a country that is not stable economically or politically. They are celebrating the fact that a lot of Haitian lives are going to be ruined. But they want to talk about Black empowerment when y'all are the biggest obstacle to Black empowerment.
Really?
You're celebrating Haitians being deported, bro. As if we don't have as much a right to this country as you do.
See, now that part right there. Did this man really get up here and say Black Americans are the biggest obstacle to Black empowerment? Did he just get up here and say that? When Black Americans are literally the reason why Black people are on a world stage globally. Black Americans' inventions, innovations, creations, technology, science, art, cultural influence. We literally coined the term Black and I'm proud. And we're the biggest obstacle to Black empowerment. This is very rich coming from people that would me no Black. Coming from the very people that, oh, y'all don't have no culture. Y'all don't know where y'all from. We don't eat slave food. Dirty Black American. You see how now that it's like a couple of Black Americans that's probably saying, all right, bye, go home. And they're literally blanket statementing all of us under that umbrella. Yet when there was a few Haitians coming out, calling us dirty, saying we ain't got no culture and they don't eat slave food, they was crying up and down the comments, talking about, oh, don't say, oh, that's not all of us. That's not all of us. But when it comes to us, we don't get the same grace. And then his funky butt had the nerve to end it by saying they got just as much rights to the country as we do. This is what I said in my last video and what I keep screaming from the rooftops. They're trying to ethnically erase us and put us all in a melting pot so that they can take credit for the things that Black Americans has accomplished in this country. And you know what gets me? They keep saying, oh, y'all want us to go back to a country that's war-torn and destabilized, and America did it, and a whoop-de-whoop and a whoop-de-whoop. Where do y'all think Black Americans came from in this country? Like, what do y'all think it took to build the foundation and to be a foundational Black American? Do y'all think that white people just woke up one day and said, oh, we're going to leave these Black people alone? Y'all don't think that our ancestors lived in a war-torn country where their fucking communities was being burned to the ground? These things were still happening in the 60s. Y'all don't think Our ancestors were in a situation where they were destabilized continuously. The last burning of a Black American community happened in, what was it, 1985, 85 or 87 in Pennsylvania. Domestic terrorism. So y'all can miss me with that bullshit. Now, I'm not sitting up here saying that I'm applauding or I want anybody to be, in a dire state. I'm not advocating for that. However, you all love to use these talking points as if my ancestors didn't go through worse. Right now, the people that are destabilizing you all in your countries look just like you. I don't care about the puppeteer and who's behind the strings pulling the goddamn strings. People that look just like you are in the forefront, and they're allowing this to happen. You all are governing yourselves at this point. Take some accountability. Y'all keep saying, oh, y'all, we have to go through this and it's bad. What the fuck do y'all think it took for Black Americans to build up this country and to make it a safe space for you to even come over here, Haitian man, talking about you have just as much right? No, you don't. No, you don't. Now, I should just run around talking about hey, we done fought in 1804. Whenever y'all want to talk, we the first Black republic, the first Black people to free themselves. Me too. Black Americans too. I'm gonna start telling y'all to shut the fuck up because we all can take credit for the 1804. It is disrespectful. It is disrespectful. I don't know how many times I got to scream this from the rooftop. Ethnically, we are not the same. Lineage based, we are not the same. My ancestors did not go through the same, your ancestors did not go through the same things as mine did. And we don't even have to go all the way back to slavery. We're talking about things that happened in the 1900s. There's people that's still alive. I have to keep saying this. Ruby Bridges, that integrated schools, I was getting caught, nigga, having objects and rocks thrown at her with angry, pale-faced women screaming in the crowd. She has a TikTok account. She is still alive. She's still alive. Me, Love Jones. I have been the first Black woman to work at an establishment in my lifetime. I'm here talking to y'all, a millennial. So for you all to keep coming up here talking about you have just as much right. No, you don't. Just because you're from the Americas does not mean that you built the United States of America. Your family came over here when it was already infrastructure. Your family did not have to go through getting all their shit burned down and having to be resilient and constantly rebuild and move pillar to post, state to state, because they trying to vote and they getting kicked out of their houses for voting or getting ran out of town for fighting back. We literally tamed a fucking beast. You think white people was just nice? No, we had to whip them into fucking... What y'all think about this? Sound off in the comments below. Spread love is the Brooklyn way. It gets to a motherfucking point, bitch.
What's your problem? You realize that you treat your slave masters that have enslaved you for centuries better than you're now treating the Haitians. Why are you so mad at them? Because they came here and they work hard to achieve the things that they have while you lazy fucks sat on the farewell welfare system because your grandmother, mama, and everybody else was brought up on it. The people just want to know.
So sis went on a really hostile rant in her full clip, which was almost 5.
How do you come from a third world country and talk about somebody being poor and on welfare? I'm still trying to figure this one out. How do you, and I'm talking to Latinos too, because y'all come from third world countries. How do you come from a third world country and talk about somebody being impoverished? I don't get it. That's a mad projection. That's all I got to say.
5 minutes. I only took like a little bit of that segment because that's really the gist of what she's trying to say. But let me just respond very quickly. I understand that you're emotional. I understand that this is a tough situation to be in. I understand that there's probably some people making trolling comments and saying things that are inappropriate. But this concept that Black Americans are just living on welfare is just a fallacy. I mean, I just looked up Google and 53% of Haitians are living on a major government assistance program to this very day. So we're 50% of our population is not on welfare, right? So, I'm not really sure where this jealousy is that you think that we have for you, and that goes for any migrant population. I don't really know. You don't have anything that we want. You don't have anything that we can't get. Okay. If you really want to flex, then the real flex will be fixing your country. The real flex will be, since you have your own plot of land that is really for you, to actually fix that and actually make that into a paradise for you and your people, right? The real flex is not leaving your shit and then coming to somebody else's shit and trying to make a life in somebody else's shit that was already built up and that's already set up for you to succeed in whatever way you see fit. Okay, that's not really a flex. We're at home. This is our home. So whatever the hell we choose to do while in our home is really our business. Okay, you are a guest over here. So let's just make that very abundantly clear. We don't have a reason to look at you with envy. Okay, no reason at all. None of you that come over here, especially all of y'all that's coming over here from these third world countries, you do not have anything that we want or that we need. Okay, so I don't know why y'all keep trying to address us. You're the one who is perpetuating white supremacy by using talking points to basically say that Black Americans are all just living off of welfare. Y'all act like we just got taken over here, dropped off, and just been lazy, kicking up with our feet up, with the government taking care of us for the last 400 years. Like we've done absolutely nothing for 400 years. Y'all act like we're trust fund babies that are just benefiting from a mammy and a pappy. I mean, let's be for real, sis. If you was really that hard working, would your country be fucked up like that? Would your country be full of garbage and trash where nobody seems to give a shit about what it looks like? I mean, at the very least, if you're going to blame the West for all of your downfalls and all of your problems, if you're going to say that it's the West's fault, at the very least, you could try to take care of it by picking up the garbage off of the ground. Instead of just trashing everything, but whatever.
The discourse that I'm currently seeing right now on TikTok between Haitians and Black Americans, absolutely insane. I swear, as soon as something go wrong in this country, anything with anybody, the attention and anger gets turned to Black Americans. That is insane. We're not the ones doing this shit to y'all. Why are y'all so mad at us? Because we got an opinion? Our opinion means nothing. Our opinion means jack shit when y'all finna have to go home forever. Our opinion means nothing. So why is everybody so upset with us?
I don't know why that last woman, this one, didn't have sound. She had a lot of good things to say. So anyway, y'all, they continue to blame us and attacking us and dragging us and telling us they're doing the same thing the Latinos did, telling us we're next. Where they gonna put you? They ain't gonna put us nowhere because we're already where we should be. Okay, they ain't gonna put us nowhere. So anyway, y'all, it is just unbelievable. This government does this to you. Donald Trump, he's the one that got the ball rolling because he did the executive order on ending your TPS. Then the Supreme Court came back, right behind Donald Trump to back him up and said, yeah, your TPS should end. But you would think we sat on the Supreme Court and took it away the way these folks are coming at us. And we haven't done anything. Now, there might be some people making videos and going online telling y'all to get out. Megyn Kelly did it. And to this day, I haven't seen one video by a Haitian attacking her. Okay, she was on the video cussing and screaming, get out, get out. Okay. And I didn't see y'all even a fraction of the anger that you put on us on her. It says a lot. It says a lot. But yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of people making their way up to Canada. Some of y'all that don't want to be deported to Haiti, you could probably make your way up to Canada, you know? And it just goes to show you all that talk about your country and trying to make it sound so great and it's better than what we got and everybody is better and smarter and everything. Y'all sure don't want to go back. I noticed this with every group, the Latinos, the Haitians, the Somalians, all of you. As soon as it comes time to be deported, y'all don't want to go back to these homelands that you come from because you all come from third world countries. All of you. All of you come from third world countries, and all of you don't want to go back to those third world countries either. So, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and conclude. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all of your support. And be on the lookout for my upcoming videos. And don't forget to pick up your hair products. Shalom, family.